Assalamu alaikum.
Warakmatullahi.
Wabarakatuh.
You mentioned I'm Junaid.
I know. I'm Muhammad Yusuf Bashforth.
Yeah, we're affectionately known as.
The two white Muslims.
You know that because you were listening just before
just
the
a
break.
few minutes ago.
You're back again with.
The two white Muslims. Alhamdulillah. Do you know?
Why are we whispering?
Listen, we're not going to talk about COVID.
No.
I've had enough.
And if
I've
we
had
are,
enough of COVID.
it's the lighter side of
Yeah,
COVID.
we're going to take the mick out of COVID.
Yes.
If we end up talking about it at all, because I'm just sick of it. And normally, what we do is we get together.
Yes.
And we discuss other topical issues.
What
from
else
the
is
news.
happening? What else is happening?
What's going on in the world?
Yes.
So, what Junaid does is he scours the news items on his phone.
Yes.
And he'll read out a story. I have no idea what's
Yes.
coming at me. No idea
Usually
at all.
I'm asking
And
you
this is
questions.
this is just like a reaction style thing,
Yes.
isn't it?
It
You
is.
know?
It is.
And then you'll ask me a load of questions, then we'll talk about what's what.
Yeah.
And then we'll move to the next story, inshallah.
Yep.
What we try to do is to bring out an Islamic perspective
Yes.
from these stories, and something that we can learn, inshallah, from the stories that we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
Inshallah.
So, without further ado,
Do you want the first one?
let's go for it.
Are you ready for the first
I'm
one?
ready for this.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm very ready.
Do this.
Yes. How much do you love flying?
Oh, I love flying.
Given the choice, would
Yeah.
you be the one piloting?
I wouldn't mind that.
As would I.
wouldn't mind.
It was a dream of mine as a kid, and if
Yeah.
I could have my time again, which I know you can't, if
Yeah.
you could, I think I'd be a pilot.
Fly a plane.
Love it.
Fantastic.
Love it.
Alhamdulillah.
Now,
Do
you
you know
used
what?
to jump out of them, didn't you?
I used to jump out of aeroplanes. Perfectly good aeroplane.
Yeah.
That's perfectly reasonable and safe to land.
Yes.
Well, actually, do you know what? Possibly. And I used to go up to 15,000 feet and jump out. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
And this is where you know, when you're free falling for a minute and you plunge into earth at 125 miles an hour.
Yep.
And it's freezing. And you've got to keep your arms and your legs in a stable position to stop yourself from sitting up and flipping over. And you know, you've got a lot to concentrate on. Then you've got an altimeter on that shows you what height you are. And when you get to 5,000 feet, you have to pull your cord and do a dua.
Yeah.
And that's the bit where you know Allah is listening.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
When you look up,
and you look up and there's a
check
perfectly
canopy.
formed chute above your head. And it's not the round canopies that you fall like a sack of spuds in those. I was
really?
flying the
Oh, the one like James Bond does.
exactly.
Wow.
So when you get close to the ground, you can actually pull the cords,
Yeah.
and it stalls the chute and creates an instant amount of lift.
Wow.
So when you hit the deck, it's like walking off a step.
Wow. If you do it properly.
Yeah, I never mastered.
Yeah, not falling down.
I still used to fall like a sack of spuds.
Dragged along, face first. I can just
Can you
see it.
tell?
I can just see it. I go,
Spitting out grass and mud.
so, picture the scene.
Yeah,
Picture the scene.
I'm picturing.
You've worked hard, you've done your education,
Yep.
you've done all your study,
Yep.
you've become a pilot.
Yes.
Yes, you are now a pilot
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
above Los Angeles.
Alhamdulillah.
How cool is
Fantastic.
this? Yeah. So you're in your plane,
Yeah.
you're flying above Los Angeles.
Yeah.
What would you not expect to see 3,000 feet in the air? What would you expect to see? Let's go with that one.
Clouds.
Clouds.
Sunshine.
Yes.
Um,
Other planes.
Other planes, possibly.
Maybe birds, but probably not that high.
Not that high.
I would have thought.
No. Yeah, other planes. Yeah,
Yeah.
clouds and planes.
Would you expect to see him?
What was that?
That is.
You
come on. My things have gone all over. Right. Pilots report seeing guy in a jetpack 3,000 feet above Los Angeles. I've never jumped out of a plane.
Unbelievable.
Apparently, my family are organising me to leap out of a plane. Apparently. To be fair, I also check my brake cables every day. I'm struggling to take the hint, Dad. But I did once jump off a mountain.
Do you get nervous at the top of stairs?
I don't.
Do you have a food taster at home?
Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
Do away with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you recently topped up your life insurance?
Yes, well, that's the thing. And they all owe me a bit of money. So I did once jump off a mountain,
Yeah,
and I think that was a couple of thousand feet up.
yeah.
This guy is 3,000 feet up
Unbelievable.
in a jetpack.
Wow.
Now, I have to say,
Yeah,
if I had a jetpack,
I'd be right there.
I'd be there.
I'd be right
I
there.
love the idea.
Fantastic.
Love the idea.
Yeah, but you try and steer clear from a flight
Jumbos.
path.
Exactly.
Of a jumbo
Jumbos
jet.
like that. Giving it some of that. Oh,
Because
the FBI.
if you get too close to one of them, you know what's going to happen, don't you?
Would it be like, I don't know.
The engine will suck you in
Well, that's it.
and spit you out
yes.
in bits.
Yes.
You know, it would turn you into blancmange in a split
yes.
second and
Yes.
spit you out the back.
Yes.
Never to be seen again.
The FBI
Yeah.
is investigating
I'm sure they
following
are.
the sighting from 2 pilots on separate flights
Oh,
near Los Angeles International Airport. Sunday gone.
wow.
A man in a jetpack.
Amazing.
Now, we
Unbelievable.
try
Yeah,
to find an Islamic connection.
of course we do.
The only one I can come up with
Was
is,
he Muslim?
well, there's that, or you've always got to strive to be better.
Yes.
You've always got to strive to improve.
Yeah.
And if anything's worth doing,
It's
worth doing right.
Yeah.
Well done, jetpack man,
Yeah.
shall we say.
Alhamdulillah.
So extraordinary, yeah, extraordinary. I fancy it, me.
I'd love to. I've seen a jetpack. in
Have you?
action. Yes, I have.
Have you?
Many, many years ago, and it was one of the first
Right.
jetpacks
Okay.
ever. And do you know where I saw it?
If I said, you'd think I was daft.
Go on.
The only 2 times I can think of seeing a jetpack on television, once was on The Fall Guy,
Yeah.
and the second one was Michael Jackson's concert.
Exactly right. It was that.
Which one?
I went to see the concert.
Really?
I saw that concert. Yes. I
Really?
saw that concert in this country. And
I assumed it was on wires.
no, it was an actual jetpack. It was unbelievable. I mean, it wasn't him in it.
No, 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 no,
They,
no,
they
no,
kind
no.
of did a swap thing.
Yes.
So when the helmet went on, it wasn't him.
Right.
Right. So this guy came out and flew off in his jetpack, and he did a loop the loop, and then just disappeared back behind the stage. It was-
Wow.
and everybody in the crowd was just like, "What was that?" Because nobody had ever heard of jetpacks
No.
at that stage.
No.
I'm showing my age now. It's going back some time, but nobody knew what it was. And when it set off, and the noise that it made, and the smoke that came out of it, maybe not
Wow.
smoke, but steam, whatever, it was phenomenal.
Yep.
It was incredible. And from that moment onwards, I decided I wanted to do
What a jetpack.
jetpack.
Yes.
I want to do this.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, have you also seen the water jetpacks?
I have not been on one,
Ah,
but I've seen them.
aren't they amazing?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I mean by that is you've got this pack on your back
Yes.
and a
That is
pipe
being
in the
run
water.
from
So-
a jet ski.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So you've got a pack on your back. You've got the engine of a jet ski.
Yes.
Piling water
Pipe.
into your
going
back.
up- yeah.
Forcing it down so
Yes.
you create lift.
Yes.
So whenever you've got your pipe in that water, sucking up the water to
Yep.
give you a lift,
Yes.
you've got lift.
You've got lift.
And
Use
I
flying.
saw a guy doing that. I was on holiday. Was it somewhere in Turkey or something?
Go to Turkey, yeah.
Saw a guy doing that in the pool. It was phenomenal. And even his costume was amazing. It really was. Honestly, it was just like like a superhero.
Yes,
And
yeah.
he had the, like the light strips that you get.
Yes.
The rope lights.
Yes.
He had those in
Yeah.
his costume, and he was all lit up and flashing.
Brilliant.
And he was he's flashing in the right way.
Yes,
He was-
yes, yes,
His
yes, yes,
costume
yes.
was flashing.
Yes.
And he was all lit up, and he was doing these manoeuvres and somersaults and all sorts of things. It was fantastic.
Wow.
I'd love to do that as
Yes.
well.
I want a
Yeah.
jetpack.
I want
Well,
a jetpack.
we've discussed this before on programs like this.
Yeah.
What I want is a flying car,
Oh
and they now produce them.
no!
Yes.
Have they?
We took this for people listening who've not heard us before. Mohammed Yusuf will speak, and he will speak with authority, and then 5 minutes later I'll say, "What we talk about?" and he'll go,
No, I don't. Not a clue. I don't remember anything about
"We
what we talked
spoke at
about.
length."
Did we?
But yeah, they have launched this car, and it was not exactly cost prohibitive. You know, I mean, you'd have to get a loan and probably sell your house, but it's doable, and it folded
Okay,
up
right, hang
so
on,
it would fit
hang on.
into a standard garage.
Well, wait a minute. We're talking about a car.
Yes,
Is it roadworthy?
Oh yeah, it's a car.
So you can drive it on the
You can
road.
drive it on the roads.
Normal.
Yes.
And then, as if by
The wings
magic,
fold out,
the wings fold
and
out,
it becomes a
it becomes a plane.
yes. And it fits in a standard garage.
Oh,
Amazing. Amazing.
do you know what I want to buy?
Exactly.
Yeah,
One of them.
them.
One of them is what I want.
So, just talk to me about the legalities of flying it. You need a pilot's license
Well,
as
I
well.
don't know. You see,
No?
this is it. I'm sure you don't, because there's some way of getting around it,
Yeah.
whereby it's not. I don't know. I don't recall, but you didn't need a pilot's license,
Wow.
and it would do 100 miles an hour,
Hmm.
and it would fly for something like 3 hours. It was lunacy. It
Wow.
was amazing, and you can take off and land on any road. It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
That's outrageous.
But speaking about cars.
Go on.
Speaking about cars, our next little what's happening in the news type story
You
type
like
thing.
cars, don't you?
I like cars. I do, I like cars.
Do you know what? I like cars as well.
Yes.
Love them.
Well, I love this kind of car, and it's self-driving.
Okay.
It's your self-driving, which is no longer the amazing thing it used to be. I remember when they had a self-driving car on Top Gear. It was about 20 years ago or something.
Yeah.
And you got Jeremy Clarkson, and he's in this BMW, and he drove around a track. It was a 3 Series BMW, drove around a track, and it learned the track. Then he went round the track, and it did all the steering. So he was sat there, and the steering wheels, and it going into corners, and the sheer terror on his face, because he's trying to go for the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Because everything about your being is like saying, I need to brake and
I
steer
need
and
to
do
do
stuff.
this. Yeah.
And he wasn't, and we take it for granted now. I will mention the firm, it's Tesla, because we know that Tesla are amongst the forerunners
Yeah.
of driverless
Yeah.
cars.
Well, let's just say that Tesla are amazing.
Yes,
Because
yes.
they are.
The two largest contributors here are Tesla and Google.
Yeah.
And Google did 1 million miles of testing
Yeah.
without any accidents.
Fantastic.
So it just goes to show, let's be honest,
When was the last time you drove 1 million miles without a scrape?
well, that's what I'm saying. 7 miles, upwards of 4 miles without. It's like you and your curves.
You know what I'm like.
Yeah. So amazing. So the mere fact that we've got driverless cars, not that.
I like car painters.
You like keeping them in work.
I do.
So Tesla, Tesla. This to me, you'd look at it and people tut and huff. I think no, this is an amazing advert for Tesla.
Go on. Yep.
Tesla driver found asleep at wheel of self-driving car
Right.
doing
Yeah.
150 kilometres an hour.
Oh my God.
Now, it
Subhanallah.
has been said previously that people have been
Subhanallah.
caught sleeping at the wheel of a self-driving car. And the law at this moment in time says, even if the car is driving itself, you have to be awake
Yes.
and you have to be ready to take over.
Yes.
So if you're in a self-driving car, you can't read.
No.
You can't watch TV.
You still can't use your phone.
You can't use your phone. You certainly can't sleep.
You can't be giving it Zeds.
Giving it Zeds. You know what I mean? Whilst this car is... Even though it probably drives better than you.
Can you imagine? Please. I have reason to believe so.
Yes. So, can you tell me what speed I was doing? I'll be honest, officer. No. It wasn't me doing it. If I'm honest, I think you'll find it was the car.
Officer, you can't blame me for
Yes.
this.
Yes.
The car did it.
It was the car. It was the car. Ossifer. But no. So
It's
I
that,
just think...
it was that nut behind the wheel.
Yes, yeah. Listen, I was just trying to keep a safe distance between myself and the car,
The car
behind me.
No.
So, to fall asleep
Yeah.
at the wheel of a car
Yeah.
that's self-driving,
Yeah.
that is a great endorsement for your belief and faith in that car.
Absolutely.
Especially if that car's doing 150 kilometres an hour. That's 100 miles an hour.
That's crazy.
It's 100 miles an hour.
That is
So that car's doing 100,
crazy.
100 miles, not 100, sorry. 100
100
miles an hour.
He
And but sleeping. So everybody else will be going, oh, that's terrible. Tesla must be rubbing his hands. Oh, this is brilliant. We've built a car that's so good. Not only can people sleep in it, they can sleep in it while it's doing a ton.
Wow.
amazing.
So you mentioned Tesla and Google.
Yes.
Yeah? Now, we all know how wealthy Google are.
Google, amazing.
I mean, they're just
Google, amazing.
They're print money.
Yeah,
don't they?
and
Licensed to
if they're
print.
going to do anything, they do it right.
And
Let's
we've-
go. Love them
and
or
we've
hate
got-
them, do amazing.
We've got the likes of, I guess, Microsoft are in the same
Yes.
boat,
Yep.
the same ballpark.
Yep.
Amazon,
Amazon, yes, yeah.
New,
When it comes to
boat,
money,
new kids on the block.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Fire,
New
they're
money.
loaded.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So all these companies should be researching this. They should
Yes.
be applying money into
Oh
this.
yeah, yeah.
Because this
It's
is
the future. It is.
Absolutely.
It
So
is.
what I want to see. You see
Mhm.
Blade Runner.
Yes.
The first
The
one.
first one.
Right. So
Yeah.
you've got the cars that just fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's perfectly reasonable to expect that that's going to happen
Exactly.
at some stage. We don't have the technology right now.
Well.
I don't know.
We're not. We're getting there apparently.
No, do we? But it's perfectly reasonable to expect that at some point in the future that's going to happen like
Yes.
that. And you know what? I really hope that's in my lifetime.
Me too. I can't
I
wait.
really do.
I love the idea of being able to sit in the back of my own car.
Yeah.
I think because I used to work on the road. Not digging it. You know what I mean? I used to work by driving around.
No. He absolutely
I was a navvy.
sweeping it.
I'm sweeping it, yeah, and the toilets have never been so clean.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I used to run tens of thousands of miles up and down this great British Isle of ours because a job as used to call it a rep, you know, going around the country,
Yep.
and I would do 30, 35, 40,000 miles a year.
Yep.
And one of the
Same.
cars, yeah, there you go. One of the cars I had was a Mercedes.
Yeah.
And the reason I remember this is because it was the first car that would continually tally up your mileage.
Right.
And you could do it from, mileage from start,
Yep.
or it would do a continuous one.
Right.
But all cars have done that. Junaid, stop being a freak. My dad had a Ford Granada. We knew when it had done 100,000 miles because it had an odometer.
Yeah.
No, it didn't just record the mileage. It also told you how many hours you'd been in the car,
Ooh, right.
and as a result, what your average mileage was.
Yes.
And so, the competition was to get your average mileage as high as possible
Yes.
amongst all your counterparts.
Yes.
But it generally sat about 32.
Yeah.
So your average mileage is somewhere between 28 and 32 miles an hour. And
Yes.
I did a lot of motorway driving.
Yes.
Because you start and you stop.
Yes.
You're not sat at 70
Absolutely. Absolutely.
all the way around it.
This is where average speed
Yes.
is substantially lower
Yes.
than the speed at which you believe that you have been travelling.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Because at some stage you have to stop at a red traffic light.
Yes.
And your speed is then
Exactly.
0
Yes.
for a certain length of time.
You have to go up a
and
petrol.
then you have to,
And you have to stop the car and then start the car
you
again.
have to have a coffee.
Yes.
You have to.
Yeah,
It's-
and I know it
it's
doesn't
the-
count the
it's
stopping
law.
bit, but it counts as slowy down a bit,
Yeah.
and then the speedy back.
Yeah.
Bit.
Yeah.
But what this car did,
It's easy
it
for
told you,
easy for you to say.
apparently not, it told you how many hours
Yeah.
you'd been behind the wheel.
Wow.
Because to say I did 30,000 miles,
Yeah.
you think, but to say I did 7,000 hours,
Yeah.
and you start breaking that down, and your
Yeah.
brain's going, hang on, 7,000. And when you're driving, you start calculating it.
Yeah.
7,000 divided by 8. Well, let's call it 8,000 freeze.
Yeah.
7,000 divided by 8, because that's per 8 hours a day
Yeah.
is supposed to be a daily work.
Yeah.
And you go, right, well, that's like 800 days or
Yeah.
something. And you're thinking, well, I've only had this car 4 years. How can I possibly have done 800 days at the wheel?
I know.
And then you start thinking, 800 days, but let's not include weekends.
Yeah, that's right.
You
You've
know what I
only
mean?
got 5 days a week where
And
it's
you're thinking,
actually working.
what? And it was
Crazy.
insanity when you started to see the hours you spend behind the wheel.
right.
And you think, what other things could I be doing?
Okay. Right.
Well, funnily enough,
let's talk about a few.
yes, well, one of them was, it was when I had that job
Yeah.
that I was introduced to Islam.
Alhamdulillah.
And all of a sudden, one of the things you could do behind was practice praying,
Yes.
practice pronunciation,
Yes.
reading
Yes.
over and over and
Yes.
over and over, listening to
You could-
other people doing it.
You could have a cassette.
Yes, and it was cassettes.
Most people
No idea what we're talking
don't
about.
even know what a cassette is.
I was trying to explain to my 7-year-old what a video cassette was.
No.
Yeah,
We would have no idea.
none whatsoever.
No idea. What's a video?
Exactly.
What
What
is it?
do you mean 3 channels?
What do you mean tape?
Yeah, extraordinary. So I would listen
Totally
to.
listen
Oh,
to it
yeah,
properly.
totally. Just want a day off school. I I would listen to people reading the Quran, and I would then try and recite it, and you think, oh wow.
Yeah.
But imagine if you could sit in the back and read.
Brilliant.
Do you know what I mean? Basically, if you could have a chauffeur.
Yeah.
If you could have a chauffeur, all of a sudden, it's not dead time.
No, it's not.
You can put it to use.
Productive time.
It's productive time.
Alhamdulillah.
It's years you spend
Alhamdulillah.
sat behind a wheel
Yeah,
when you
it
add
is.
it up.
It is.
Years.
Yeah, it is.
Years.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you can make it.
You spend a third of your life sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's all sorts of breakdown stats, isn't there, as to what you do with pockets of your life.
Yes. Yeah.
How
yeah.
many years in your life do you spend queuing?
Yeah.
How
true.
many years of your
true.
life do you spend? You know, there's all sorts of stats out there. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And when you break it all down, your actual living and doing the bits that you actually enjoy doing
Yeah.
is a tiny proportion of
It
your
is.
life.
It is.
Now,
It is.
A lot of that, particularly for a sales rep that's
Yeah.
going up and down the country doing his job
Yeah.
or her job,
All their job. Yes. yes.
then if you could use that time behind the wheel productively, you are vastly increasing the amount of stuff that you're doing in your lifetime
Exactly.
that you actually want to
Because
be
it
doing.
would otherwise be dead time.
Brilliant.
Being behind a wheel, whilst I still enjoy driving, even now, even today I enjoy driving,
Yeah.
but it's still dead time.
Yeah, it is.
Because you can't
Yeah.
do something else. Imagine if you could.
I know.
Imagine what you could get done.
Alhamdulillah.
And the fact is, as Muslims, we can.
You see, the
We
thing is
can.
that you could use that time to do any number of things.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of people would choose to use that time just watching Netflix on the phone.
This is if they're not
Yeah.
driving. Yeah.
If they're in a
Driverless.
driverless car.
Yes, yeah.
So a lot of people would use that time watching Netflix.
Yes.
Or maybe just doing emails for work or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing an awful lot of things. Yeah. But actually, as Muslims, we could use that time
Exactly.
constructively. We could use that time to learn some more surah
Yep.
of the Quran.
Yep.
We could use that time to brush up on hadith.
Yeah.
We could
And
use
to
that
understand
time
them.
for dhikr.
Yep.
Yeah, of remembrance of Allah. We could use that time in all sorts of positive ways. SubhanAllah, I want a driverless car.
I want a driverless car.
How much is a Tesla?
I don't know.
What
I
do you
think
think?
100 banks, 100,000,
£100,000.
something like
Is there a second-hand
that.
market?
That's what I'm thinking. I just don't see them depreciating that much. That's the thing. They're still going to be in demand, aren't
Well, I'll
they?
tell you right now,
Oh.
I ain't having one of them.
No. Oh my goodness.
Do you know what? I could have one of those if I won the lottery. But I can
But
now
we-
guarantee that I ain't going to win
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And you know how I can guarantee
Go
that?
on, just to let everybody else know.
Because I don't do it.
Right, right. Okay,
Subhanallah.
can I give you the next one?
Go on.
Now this one made me giggle.
Go on.
Right. Now again, this one I have to show you a picture on this one.
Yeah.
But I remember hearing a story, you know, about coincidence and things being found.
Yeah.
I remember hearing a story that there was a Viking ship museum,
Yeah.
and they were looking to extend the Viking ship museum. And when they dug down to do the foundations, guess what they found?
Viking
A
ship.
Viking ship. They found a Viking ship
Fantastic.
under the Viking ship museum.
Fantastic.
In the Natural History Museum,
Alhamdulillah.
in the Natural History Museum, they have gardens.
Yes.
And in the gardens, they have found 57 new species. They found new species of insects in their own garden. Just by going out and looking in their own garden.
That's crazy.
So, you know, you never know when something's going to turn up and you think,
Yeah.
wow, actually, coincidence, it's in the right, I was in the right place, right time, amazing. So imagine how impressed you would be to have found a brand new species of bird.
Oh, come on.
And I mean brand new, never seen before species of bird. Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that. Now, for
Is
the
it
guys
Is it possible
looking at
to
home,
show that?
look at that. I don't know if you can see it. It is electric blue.
It's beautiful.
It is electric blue and
Alhamdulillah.
stunning. So imagine how excited you would be reporting this brand new species of bird,
Yeah.
only to be told it's a seagull that somebody's died. Somebody's died a seagull blue. That's the colour it's come out.
I was going to ask.
Tropical bird turns out to be seagull.
Seagull.
Someone died electric blue. a tropical bird with vibrant blue and black feathers fooled people into thinking
was seen diving for somebody's
and fish and chips.
Linton
Absolutely attacking. That's all they do.
I know they do.
They attack
I
humans.
know they do.
They attack
Well, no,
humans.
they don't just attack humans. They mess on
If
them
you,
first.
yeah, if you want to really upset your neighbours, chuck some bread up on their roof, and
Yeah, that's
they'll be getting
fair.
up at Fudger.
Get them.
But wow, I'm not being funny. I don't think I'd look at that and think, yeah, that's a new species. But I'd just go, wow, that is a seagull that's been feeding near Sellafield. Is what I think. Oh, seagulls don't know about the embargo at Sellafield.
It flew over Chernobyl.
Chernobyl, yes. Oh, it's a Chernobyl. It's a Chernobyl
It's a
gull.
Chernobyl pigeon.
Yes.
Oh, it's a seagull.
Wow.
Subhanallah.
Wow.
So a brand new species of bird not.
No.
No.
What it is a very old species of bird. Died.
Dyed blue.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Oi.
So, okay, let's just get into the mindset of the person that did
They
it.
dyed it. I know. Because they've done a good job.
What was he?
It's all
What
over.
was he even thinking?
There's no gaps around the eyes. Shut your eyes, love.
Shut your
Shut your-
eyes.
Do they have
Shut your
eyelids?
I don't
I
know.
don't think they do. He must have the
Eyelids.
care he must have had going around them eyes.
Little paintbrush.
Your little paintbrush.
The detail.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
must have had its beak in a clamp.
Exactly. And its claws. No, he just kept, like I say, kept chucking fish and chips at it. Extraordinary. So unfortunately, it's not always brand new
my
species
Goodness me.
being reported as. I don't know how many more of these we could fit in, but
Subhanallah.
there's a couple that we have to get in. We
Okay,
have to
go
get
on,
in.
go on,
Right.
let's do this.
I can't pronounce this guy's name.
Okay.
Okay, but he's a cyclist,
Right.
not a trick cyclist.
Right.
He's a cyclist,
Yep.
and he says, Jumbo Visma. Ah, there we go. No, agree. Jumbo Visma, director of the Medellin Z-Man, has been kicked out of the Tour de France
Why?
for misconduct.
How can you misconduct on a bike?
Because at the end of the race, or at the end of the stage, their bikes have to be inspected
Okay.
to make sure that their bikes adhere to
The
all
rules.
the
Yeah,
regulations.
rules. There's rules.
And he got a little bit antsy, shall we say, and started having a go at the person that was checking his bike,
Okay.
and got quite nasty and quite agitated
Why?
and went quite over the top, and then started abusing this chap
So
and really having a go.
so we really all know now that he's got something wrong with his bike,
Well,
or he'd broken a rule.
it turns out his bike was perfectly fine.
Right. Okay.
So my brain says, it's steroids then, isn't it?
He's eating something. Hasn't he?
He's
That he
eating
shouldn't have
something. It's something I've eaten. Is it? This is Tour de France.
I know.
You know, it was the guy who 7-time Tour de France champion.
Yeah, him with the sideboards, sideburns. What's his name?
I want to say Armstrong.
No, not him. He's the man on the moon.
Yeah,
Uh,
Louis Armstrong. That's it. With his trumpet.
Louis Armstrong.
Is it Armstrong? Lance Armstrong. It is Armstrong. Lance Armstrong.
Is it?
When Lance Armstrong finally admitted to cheating in the Tour de France, they went, "Oh,
Yes,
well,
he
we'll
did.
take it off him. We'll give it to the second place." Sorry, what? Oh, this just in. Second place is tested positive for drugs. Third place, fourth. We'll give it to. Guess how far they got?
Got 30.
17. 17. Before they found somebody that was not on drugs.
These people doing the Tour de France. I mean, how thick do you have to be
Well,
to do that?
you have to be on drugs,
You're
and they are.
ridiculous.
But surely his mates will be going, simmer, calm down, come on, John, calm down. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
You did really well.
They're gonna know he's on stuff, aren't they? Because apparently, it's one of the side effects, isn't it? Bit of a temper.
But yeah, it is.
Bit of a
It is.
temper.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Bless him.
So, of all the things
Bless
you're
him.
going to do, just
Do you know
chill
what?
out.
Do you know what?
Chill out.
If we enter a competition, yeah, and if we think we're good enough to win,
Yes.
yeah, we should do it on merit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
You know,
yes.
you know, again, we try to bring the Islamic slant into
Yep.
to everything that we talk about. Then to cheat
Yeah.
and to deceive is
What's the
really
point?
not good
You're
practice.
only cheating
You're fooling yourself. Exactly. Can
You've
you
let
fool,
yourself
can
down.
you fool Allah?
Well, exactly.
No.
There's an angel on one shoulder and an angel on the. Which one do you want recording?
Which one's busy?
Yeah, well, which one do you want to keep busy is the thing. Oh dear! And if we could just get this one in,
Go on.
If we just get this one in,
Go on. We've got less than 5 seconds.
yes.
Go on.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
Right, I've got to say, personally, I'm not a fan of the Kardashians. Just not a fan. I find it torrid. I find what they do abysmal.
It's appalling.
It's appalling. Look at me, follow me around, listen to me moan.
Yeah.
Me, person of wealth, me, person of influence. Listen to me saying how rubbish my life is. No, what I want to do is listen to people who are happy,
Yep.
telling me how great life is because
Yep.
Allah's amazing.
Yes.
Is what I want to listen to.
Yes.
Anyway, so let's start off on the I'm not a fan of the car. I'm just not. I know there's people out there that think it's amazing, we should be fun. No! There's other people we should be listening to. The Prophet, peace be upon him, being one of them. Not the Kardashians. Kim Kardashian has had to post a video. Well, she posts videos all the time.
Yeah.
No, she's had to post this video.
Some
Well, she
of
has
them-
to post
some
these
of them
videos so
are-
she gets freebies.
Highly inappropriate.
Yes. No, she had to post this one. Well, she has to post them all. That's how she earns the money. No. She had to post this one. Why?
Go on.
To prove how many toes she's got.
What?
Because there's been wild theories skimming round the internet about the number of toes she's got. And I just think, brilliant. If you're going to get somebody that's on that kind of, if you really want to get to them, challenge how many toes they've got.
Yeah.
Now, what I thought would have been brilliant, would have been amazing, if she'd have gone, see, I've got 10. They're just in the 6-4 combination. Can you imagine? I'm 10, there's 10, 6-4.
I've got
6,
Look.
4.
Honestly, seriously, I've got 10
Yeah.
plus a couple of others.
Yes. I don't call those two toes. They're more. Oh dear. So yes, we close the show with number one. Number one.
Subhanallah.
If you're going to be paying attention to people, please don't make it the Kardashians.
No,
Please make it our beloved prophet and all the prophets that went before him.
absolutely.
Please, please,
Absolutely.
please. If you're going to watch anything, make it us.
Yeah.
No, make it something that's nourishment for the brain, not something that's just going to decay it.
And this is nourishment for the brain.
Yes, I've heard people say, well, that's another 10 minutes I can't get back.
Yeah, I've heard people that come out of our talks saying, well, that taught me a lesson.
Yes, what we do is informative because people do leave going, well, that taught me a lesson.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so true. It's so true. So if you've got 10 toes, let's hope it's 5 or 5. Brilliant. But just listen to the people out there that can enhance your life, that can enrich
Shall we
your
do a
life.
serious bit now?
I think we should do a serious bit.
Really serious?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome to Wahi.
We're about to count.
Is that it? Is that it? He only knows because if we do it the other way around and I start, we get mixed up, don't we?
Yeah, we do. You can't start.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
you
see?
can't do it. You
Exactly.
can't do it. Can't do it.
Exactly.
It doesn't work. Right, shall we try this again?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome to Wahi.
We're about to count.
See, it works.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
works. Building lives. That's what we're doing. Supporting thousands.
He has been
Junaid Rahim. He's been.
Muhammad Yusuf Bashful.
And together we've been.
the two white Muslims.
We look forward to seeing you, speaking to you again, inshallah, in the very near future.
Al Mubarak.
On Al Mubarak Radio, Al Mubarak Facebook Live. Between now and then, please do stay safe. Stay well.
And if you're looking for a way to constructively use a bit of your time, go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube.
Check out Two White Muslims.
That's TWO
White Muslims.
and enjoy.
Enjoy, inshallah.
While you're there,
Click, subscribe,
subscribe.
and share.
Yes.
Inshallah. Okay. It's been great talking to you
It has,
guys.
as
Thank
ever.
you so much. Thanks for joining us. And we'll be back again at some point.
With 10 toes, 6 and 4
Inshallah.
combination.
Inshallah.
Take care. Assalamu alaikum.